Okay, so let's rip into the NewsWatch. This up. Let's see what it is. Okay.
Yeah, concerning the NewsWatch, Chris, I have already checked all the speech, so we can completely neglect all the speech. There is no need to waste our time on them. None are interesting.
Sure. Okay. So the clock is correct.
Okay. So, can we go?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
Okay, on Sunday, so I will monitor the Aussie MI inflation gauge month-over-month.
Yep.
And the Chinese cash in manufacturing PMI and the yen 10-year bond auction.
Okay.
On Monday, that it is a bank holiday here in France and in Italy. It is the 1st of November. I will be myself absent for that day. And so what do we have? We have, let's see, I will monitor, if I was present, I would monitor the US dollar ISM manufacturing PMI. Then, let's see, for the CAD it's less important. And then we have the yen, to monitor the yen monetary policy meeting minutes.
Just monitor.
That is monitor because it is the meeting minute for the meeting of last week.
Okay.
And so where are we? And then we will have a big one in red with the Aussie, the cash rate, and the RBA rate statement. RBA meaning the Reserve Bank of Australia. It is the Central Bank of Australia.
Okay.
And that's it for Monday. On Tuesday, we will have the Swiss CPI month-over-month all-time frames.
Yep.
Then we will have the Kiwi GDT price index all-time frames, when it will be scheduled, because it's always a problem with that news. I will monitor the Kiwi RBNZ Financial Stability Report, RBNZ meaning the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, it is the Central Bank of New Zealand. Then, know that it is a bank holiday in Japan, and I will monitor the Chinese cash-in services PMI.
Okay.
On Wednesday, we have the pound nationwide HPI month-over-month under H4. Then we will have the US dollar ADP non-farm employment change under H4. Monitor the US dollar ISM services PMI. Monitor the US dollar crude oil inventories. And then a big one in red. Now the final services PMI you can ignore.
Done. Thanks.
And then a big one in red with the Fed, of course the Form C statement, the Fed Federal Funds rate, and the press conference. And then we will have the Aussie trade balance all-time frames.
Okay, scrolling.
On Thursday, not too much, Chris. Yeah, okay, on Thursday we will have, let's see, we will have the GBP construction PMI under H4. Then monitor the 2 euro Spanish and French 10-year bond auction. Monitor the OPEC meetings, of course. Then we will have another big one with the pound, the Bank of England, so the asset purchase facility down to the official bank rate.
Yep.
Then we will have the CAD trade balance all-time frames.
Yep.
I will continue to monitor the US dollar unemployment claims. US dollar trade balance all-time frames.
Yep.
Monitor the US dollar natural gas storage. And monitor the RBA monetary policy statement.
Okay.
And on Friday, we will have the pound Halifax HPA month-over-month under H4.
Yep.
Then we will have a big one in red with the CAD and the US dollar, so the CAD employment change and unemployment rate, and for the US dollar, the average hourly earnings month over month, non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. And that's it.
Okay, so you're not going to even monitor that?
Yeah, but it will be late at the end of the week, so we can always monitor just to know the information they will bring, but it will have no impact in the market normally.
Okay, and for those...
monitor, put it as a monitor.
I did. Okay. And for those of you with eagle eyes, I've added a line which isn't in Forex Factory, which is the non-farm payroll revision, which occurs a couple of minutes after the non-farm payroll itself. Sometimes it causes jitters. Nothing else?
Nothing else.
The whole idea for this is so that you know when there's news coming up so that you can avoid it or look for it to come up. So if you're in a trade or you're about to place a trade, don't place it within 1 hour if it's if the currency that you're trading in is marked under H4 or all time frames. You can pretty much ignore monitor unless it's, ignore monitor. If you're in a trade already, get out of it within half an hour before before the news comes up on that particular currency. And there are some currencies which are more important than others. So if I grab that and pull this out of the road, where is it? So if there's news coming up on the Euro US yen, then it doesn't matter what pair that you're trading, it could be impacted by news on these ones. If you're trading, there's news coming up on the smaller currencies, like the Kiwi, the Aussie, the CAD, or the Swiss. It generally only affects the pairs that have those currencies in them. So just be careful of those ones if you're trading pairs that have those currencies involved in them. But if you're trading something that doesn't have them, then you can just be aware that there's news coming up. Probably won't affect it, but there have been times I've seen when news on the Kiwi has made something like the pound dollar, one of the really big currencies, do cartwheels. It was a big surprise and it caused a big spike. So it's not always guaranteed, but most of the times news coming up on the smaller pairs won't impact much else apart from themselves. And the pound kind of sits in the middle. These days I'd be inclined to put it in the small pair area. Prior to this, during Brexit, I regarded it as a large currency. And in fact, it was just sort of sitting here on its own. Any news coming up on the pound would cause pound pairs to fall just straight away. So conditions are always important. Okay, the other thing is the top pairs, and we've got these ones here. Use Sabio.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can go down to the, there is a lot of them, the USD Swiss.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're getting down into 561, Sabio.
Yeah.
Okay.
But don't forget the Kiwi US dollar, the US dollar CAD and so on are major pairs. So.
Sure. Yep. That's okay. Right. So let's... sorry, I'll bring this back up just to compare how the ranges have been going. So at the beginning of the year, the range was about 1,100, squeezed down to $800 was the best range, and now it's kind of coming back up to where it was at the beginning of the year. It has in the past been larger. So at the beginning of 2020, the beginning of the year, it was up around $1,500. Last year, when the crash came in, where is it? Oh, over here. In this area here was when COVID sort of was making its entrance and currencies, well, people were locking down all over the show. The range went larger, and then it all quietened down until now. well, it's still quite quiet, but it just moves around quite a bit. And even these ranges are not large ranges compared to things like in 2008 when they were much larger at that point. So, okay. The whole idea of this is that the ranges are really tight, essentially. So you've got to be really careful when you're trading. What money management is supreme with this. Well, we've been talking about it for years now, about opening up a chart and just randomly picking a pair and seeing which way it'll go, and see how money management keeps you out of trouble, and as opposed to the strategy itself. So I think we're going to do that not next week. Next week we're going to have a SAM session, maybe the week after, and when the primers are there, and we'll try something like that, Eusebio, doing
No
a few random trades and see if money management will help us win or lose. Okay. So it's not necessarily the strategy, like all the setups that you go for. It's how you manage them once you get into them. Right. So we've got that, and let's make this a bit smaller and bring up the other. Okay. So what Eusebio is going to do now is marry up the news with the top 10 pairs for the day, so that we get a selection of pairs for a particular day. So on Monday, the pairs that we've got are, there's nothing on Sunday, and on Monday there's nothing.
Okay. So we will have the pound yen or the pound kiwi.
Uh-oh, I have a little friend behind me. Can you hear that crackling sound?
Yeah.
That's him ripping up the carpet, wanting you to pay him attention. Okay.
Then we will have the pound Aussie or the pound US dollar.
Can't see it. Okay.
Pound Aussie or pound US. And then the Euro Kiwi or the pound Swiss. Euro Kiwi or pound Swiss.
Okay, so leftovers from Monday is the Aussie.
The Aussie, okay.
And on Tuesday we've got the Swiss.
The Swiss here, okay.
And sometime the Kiwi.
The Kiwi, and Kiwi. Okay. So we will have a pair which took a long time to reappear. Pound Kiwi or pound Aussie?
Huh.
Pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
Then, which is not a surprise, Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
This one. Yep.
And then, let me see carefully, the pound Swiss or the Kiwi yen. Pound Swiss, Kiwi yen, or pound US dollar. So pound Swiss, Kiwi yen, or pound US dollar.
Okay, I'm done. And okay, leftovers from Tuesday. Well, we've still got the Kiwi from the GDT because not sure when this is coming up.
Yeah, and sometimes the news is postponed to another day, but we have to take it into account. So Kiwi, Kiwi, and Kiwi, yeah.
Okay, and on Wednesday we've got the pound.
The pound, so pound, and pound, yeah.
The American United States dollar.
US dollar, yeah.
And that's it.
Okay, so we will have the pound Kiwi or pound US dollar.
Yep.
Then the pound yen or pound Aussie.
Yep.
And then we will have the Euro Kiwi or the pound Swiss.
Okay.
Euro Kiwi or pound Swiss. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And leftovers from Wednesday are the Aussie. The
Aussie. So Aussie. Okay.
When I say leftovers, I mean anything after 5 p.m.
Yeah.
That's sort of the next day. So the Aussie, and then we've got the pound.
The pound, and pound, yeah.
And a lot more pound, and some CAD.
The CAD, where is the CAD? It is here, yeah.
And the USD.
And the US dollar, yeah, okay.
That's it.
Okay. Okay, so we have the pound Aussie or pound US dollar.
Yep.
Pound Aussie or pound US dollar. Then the pound CAD or the pound yen.
Okay.
Pound CAD or pound yen.
Yep.
And then we'll have the pound Kiwi or pound Swiss or Euro Aussie. So pound Kiwi, pound Swiss.
I just wiped out what I wanted. Okay. Yep. And what was the last one?
And Euro Aussie.
Okay. And that wasn't supposed to be Friday, was it? What day am I on? What?
We were on Thursday.
Oh, phew. Okay. That's good. And so for Friday, nothing left over on Thursday, and we have the pound.
Yeah, we have the Aussie, Chris. No, it's a monitor. So we have the pound. So pound, and pound, yeah.
And then the CAD in the US.
The CAD and the US dollar. So we will have the pound US dollar or the pound CAD. Pound US dollar or pound CAD. You already have these two pairs on the right place.
Oh. All right then.
Yeah. Then we'll have the pound yen or pound Kiwi.
Okay. Seems a bit suspicious, Eusebio. You're taking shortcuts.
Yeah. Then we'll have the pound Aussie or pound Swiss.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It's a coincidence. It's a coincidence.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So these will be put up on the website while Eusebio is running through his examples. If you have any questions about it, let me know. And Nathan, hi Chris, is it okay to scroll back up on news for the day while Eusebio is doing the matchup? It would be easy to follow. Too late, but what do you mean? Did I do that? Was I not doing that? I was doing that, was I not, Nathan? Yeah, when you said he was doing Thursday, the Excel was on Friday. Oh, okay. I think that's what confused me. But okay, cool. Sure, okay. Well, I'll smack me about it next week. Right, if there's no other questions, Vega, trade examples. Okay, that's it. So let me see if I can save this and close it without destroying everything, because it's gone and turned into blankness again. Don't know why it does that. Could be my display cards. Okay, so Misha has come in with a couple of questions. One is, what's better to have corporate, do your accounts via corporate? Where is it? Here are his questions. Could you explain the benefits of trading as a corporation versus an individual? Are the taxes lower? Eusebius mentioned he uses a corporate account. Over to you, Eusebio.
Yeah, in fact, you have always to take into account the laws in your country, because this depends, first of all, on the law of your country. But generally speaking, in many countries, it is indeed better to handle the trading activity under corporate. Not because the taxes are lower, but because you can take into account a lot of expenses. For example, I use a portion of my apartment. I have a large apartment, and so I use a portion of it as my office, and so I can deduce the price of that portion of my apartment as a professional expense. I can use the expense with my phone, with my smartphone, with my different subscriptions to website I use for my trading as expenses, and can help to lower a little bit the taxes we have to pay on the profit we make in trading. Now, the taxes in trading depends on the instrument you are trading, and again, that depends on each country. So you have to take information about your own laws and see what is the most advantageous. Can you, through a corporate, deduce some expenses in order to reduce your taxes? Now, the advantage also with a corporate is when you have losses in trading, these losses can be taken into account the next year when you make profits, for example, and so your losses can be balanced by your profits, and this is a great advantage. But this is only the advantage. In terms of protections, if you don't trade for someone else, a corporate will not give you some protection. So if you trade for someone else and you get some problems with that person, you may be fined on your personal assets if you are an individual trader. But if you trade through a corporate, it's the corporate which will be responsible, and so the responsibility will be limited to the liabilities of the corporate. And so these are the great advantages of using a corporate instead of being an individual trader.
Except in New Zealand.
Yeah, this is why I say you have to check with the laws of your country, because this is really a complex matter to have a general answer. No, there are general answers, but now you need to be more detailed with the laws of your own country.